Scotty McCreery, the country music star who rose to fame after winning the 10th season of American Idol, is facing an incredibly painful time in his life after experiencing a devastating double loss. Both of his grandmothers passed away on the same day. On July 9, 2025, McCreery took to social media to share the heartbreaking news that has left him and his family reeling. The emotional toll of losing two matriarchs within hours of each other is unimaginable, and Scotty's open and vulnerable message resonated deeply with fans who have followed his journey from his television debut to his current music career. In his heartfelt Instagram post, he shared a photo from his wedding day, where both of his grandmothers, Janet Cook and Paquita McCreery, stood proudly by his side. His grief was raw and palpable as he wrote, "My heart is absolutely broken. Yesterday, both my grandma Janet and my grandma Paquita passed away. I think I am still in a bit of shock as I type this." This tragic coincidence, the death of both grandmothers within a span of a few hours, feels almost surreal. Grandma Janet, McCreery's maternal grandmother, passed away around 1 p.m. at WakeMed Hospital in Raleigh, North Carolina, after battling a serious illness. She had been suffering from complications caused by norovirus and the flu, which led to dehydration and eventually pneumonia. Just 3 hours later, around 4 p.m., Grandma Paquita, his paternal grandmother, also passed. She had been in declining health for some time, and while her death was not entirely unexpected, the timing compounded the grief. Scotty's mother, Judy McCreery, also shared her own sorrow in a Facebook post, describing how surreal and painful it was to say goodbye to both her mother and mother-in-law in such a short span of time. Her post revealed that while she had known both women were nearing the end of their lives, the fact that they passed on the same day was emotionally overwhelming. "It was just too much," she wrote. In his Instagram message, McCreery chose not to focus on just the pain, but also the joy and warmth that these two women brought into his life. He recounted fond memories that highlighted their unique personalities and the roles they played in shaping his childhood. Janet, he said, loved spending time on the family farm in Elizabeth City and made their Outer Banks trips unforgettable. Paquita, who had Puerto Rican roots, made sure her grandchildren knew and appreciated that part of their heritage. Scotty recalled spending afternoons in her backyard pool, sharing stories, and even traveling to Puerto Rico with her. "They truly taught me what love is all about," he wrote, expressing his deep admiration and gratitude for both women. By choosing to celebrate their lives in his tribute, Scotty painted a vivid picture of two matriarchs whose lives were rich with love, tradition, and family. The tragedy was made even more poignant by Scotty's long-standing history of channeling grief and family stories into his music. His breakout hit 5 More Minutes, which became a chart-topping single, was inspired by the death of his paternal grandfather, Bill McCreery, in 2015. That song, full of emotional weight and longing, struck a chord with many fans who saw their own stories in his lyrics. In that sense, McCreery has never shied away from allowing personal sorrow to fuel his creativity and connect with others. This latest loss will no doubt affect him deeply, not only as a grandson but also as an artist who writes from the heart. The response from fans and the country music community has been compassionate and swift. Thousands of comments poured in within hours of his post, offering condolences, prayers, and words of support. Many people shared their own stories of loss, creating a digital space of mutual grief and empathy. Some fans recounted how 5 More Minutes had helped them get through their own experiences with losing grandparents, and others sent heartfelt messages saying they were keeping Scotty and his family in their thoughts during this painful time. The outpouring of support revealed just how connected his audience feels to him, not just because of his music but also because of how openly he shares his personal life. At the time of the announcement, Scotty had upcoming concert dates scheduled, including a performance in Ohio just 1 day after the loss. While the demands of a touring schedule are intense, it's unclear how he planned to balance public performances with private mourning. Some fans speculated that he might cancel appearances to grieve with family, while others expressed admiration for his strength in even considering stepping on stage in the wake of such devastating news. In a way, the situation mirrored the stories behind many country songs: heartbreak, resilience, family bonds, and the strength to carry on even when your world has been shaken. Janet Cook was 85 years old at the time of her passing, and Paquita McCreery was 93. Both women lived long, full lives and were known to be devoted mothers, grandmothers, and central figures in their communities. McCreery's descriptions of them evoke warmth, laughter, wisdom, and an unshakable sense of family unity. These weren't just women he admired, they were deeply embedded in his identity. The wedding photo he shared was particularly symbolic. It showed them on one of the happiest days of his life, standing tall and proud beside their grandson, representing the past and the legacy that shaped the man Scotty has become. The timing of their deaths may seem like a cruel twist of fate, but some have found a sense of poetic beauty in it. In many cultures, there's a belief that loved ones sometimes choose to depart close together, bound by deep emotional ties. That two women who were both such integral parts of Scotty's life left the world on the same day might not be purely coincidence. It might also be a quiet reminder of the profound spiritual connections within families. McCreery didn't dwell on the timing in a metaphysical way, but it's clear from his words that he saw this shared exit as both painful and strangely unifying. As for what comes next, Judy McCreery shared that services for Janet would be held in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, the following Monday. Details for Paquita's services were still being finalized. The family is expected to gather in the coming days to honor both women, surrounded by friends and loved ones who know just how significant their presence was in Scotty's life. In moments like these, it's easy to forget that celebrities are human, that behind the fame and the music are people who feel the same depth of loss as anyone else. Scotty McCreery's decision to publicly share such an intimate moment is a reminder that grief touches everyone, no matter how public their lives may be. His openness allowed his fans to grieve with him, to support him, and to remember that love, even in its absence, leaves behind a powerful legacy. As he continues to process this profound loss, there's no doubt that his grandmother's love will continue to echo in his life, and likely in the music he shares with the world.